welcome back, welcome back. This is Pat Says. I'm here for another story time. So this movie that I'm going to be reviewing and talking about today and giving you a whole summary of is called Solace. It was actually recommended to me by a friend of mine to watch it. This movie is from 2015 and it stars Anthony Hopkins, Colin Farrell, Abby Cornish, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So those are the stars of this movie. So basically this movie is a thriller. So it starts out that the two FBI agent, which is Joe, and I think Catherine is her name, that are the FBI agent that are called to another gruesome murder scene. So when they come to the murder scene, this is about their third victim that they found, and the person is lying on the floor and they've got a small stab wound in the back of their head. So he's like, Joe is saying to her, well, listen, we need help. We need help with this case because this is a serial killer. We need to know what's going on. So I'm going to have to reach out to an old friend of mine that's going to help me. But he's going to be probably very reluctant to help me because he's done with everything that's going on ever since his daughter died. His daughter, backstory, had cancer and she was suffering greatly and she passed away. And ever since that, he's been a recluse. But also, besides being a physician, he's also a psychic. So he knows what's going on in the world. So they go and they pull up to his house. And when they get there, you know, the Joe is knocking on the door and he's not letting him in, which is John. So John's like, you're not coming in here. I don't want to talk to you. I'm done with this world. I just want to be by myself. I don't want to get in your mess right now. So John is like, I'm done. So Joe, the FBI agent's like, listen, I'm going to kick this door down. I'm going to go boom, and I'm going to kick this down if you do not let me in here. So he let him in there because he didn't want to have to go pay no money for somebody to come out there and, you know, well, fix the door. So after he lets him in, he's telling him, listen, we got a new case here. It's a serial killer. We need your help. He's like, listen, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this. I'm living here peaceful and quiet. I'm enjoying my low-key existence. So all of a sudden, the chick comes out, the other FBI agent, Catherine, and she's like, listen, these are the 5 cases. You need to do this. And he's like saying to himself, John is like, yo, this chick's got some balls. You know, just buzz up in my house like this. I don't even know her. Tell me I got to do what I got to do. So find out she's also a psychiatrist, but she likes to tote a gun. So she went and decided to work with the feds. So they leave and they left him with the file, and something just compelled him to touch the files and start looking through it. So while he's touching it and reading about it, he's getting some visions in his head, but it's not clear. But he's seen a man, which is supposed to be the killer, but everything is foggy and he really can't tell who it is. So needless to say, a couple of days later, they're outside their office and who shows up? It's John, the psychic, ready to help them solve this case. So while they're there walking around, they get a call that there's another victim. Oh my God, another victim. So they go into the house of the victim and there's a letter, you know, that the routine of this killer is that he leaves a note. So it's a very cryptic note that literally, you know, I'm not good at finding clues and doing that. So I probably wasn't going to be able to solve it. So they go in the house and they go inside the tub. In the bathroom, there is a woman laid up in the tub. The tub is beautiful, full of exotic flowers, a wine glass next to her, just chilling. But she's dead. So the killer came in the house and he killed her. So John decides to say, like, his old character, Hannibal Lecter, and he's like, can I touch her? You know, because if I touch her, you know, I'm going to get some vibe. I'm going to get a vision, and I'm going to be able to help you. So they let him, he touches her. So when he touches her, he's like, and he starts having a vision. So he sees a vision of a man coming in she comes in the house and she's like, oh my God, David, hi David, you're here. Because she gets a letter. She's like, David, I'm so happy. Where are you? Where are you? So she goes to the bathroom. I guess the letter said there's a bath waiting for you. So she goes in the bathroom and she takes her clothes off and she jumps in the tub and she's like frolicking in the tub and she's drinking her wine. And then she thinks it's David coming up behind her. And she's like, come on, David, rub my shoulders. Rub my shoulders. So David, thinking it's David, comes up behind her and stabs her in the neck. I think it was an ice pick. Instead of him using it to like chop ice up, he decided to put it in the back of the neck and she's unalived. So she's in the tub. So this is all a vision that John saw when he touched her. So he pulls hands away and he says, yeah, somebody killed her. Somebody came in here and killed her. I think she knew who her killer was. So needless to say, they call the husband down to the station and question him. And it's always, if a spouse is dead, they always assume it's the other spouse that's alive that did it. So they're questioning about it and they said, listen, your wife is dead. So he's like, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. She killed herself. She committed suicide. So they're like, why? Why do you think she killed herself? Why? She probably saw my note. She saw my note that I left. They're like, what note, sir? So he was like, yeah, I left her note. So while he's telling them this, the psychic is in the other room. He's literally saying verbatim what the man is saying. Like before he's saying it. Yeah, he was leaving her. He was leaving her. That's why he thought she killed herself, because he was leaving her. So they said, oh, you were leaving her for another woman. And he's like, yeah, I was leaving her for another woman. So the psychic's like, no. He wasn't leaving her for another woman. He's leaving her for a man. He's like, but he's not telling y'all the whole truth. So the psychic just kicks down the door literally. Well, not really. And comes in the room and he's like, listen, you're telling the truth, but not the whole truth. The fact is, you were leaving her, but you was leaving her for another man. But no, he didn't kill her. Somebody else killed her. So now the husband is off the hook. So they're sitting there trying to figure out, okay, this is the fourth victim. What's going on? What is the common denominator between all these people that are dying? Not dying, but being unalived by a stranger. So they came up with the thought, because then they went to another victim's home, and it was an older black lady, same thing, same MO. She was also unalived by this person. So they're trying to figure what's going on. So they figured out that 3 of the victims, they all had a terminal illness. But there was one victim, which as a child, the parents were anti-medicine. They didn't care anything about medicine. They didn't want anybody in their business. So they did not know why this child was also one of the victims. So they went to the kid's home to find out from the family what was going on. So they're talking to the dad, and the dad's like, yeah, I'm so sad. I don't know why he died. Did y'all find anybody? Did you find the person who did this to our child? We're so distraught. So they're like, well, we're trying to find out. Was there anything in particular with your son? Was he sick? They're like, oh, no, our son wasn't sick. There was nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with my son. I mean, he's a little clumsy. So they were like, that's it. So then all of a sudden the wife, she busts in. What y'all doing here? Huh? Did y'all find who did this to my son? Are y'all wasting my time being here? So they're like, ma'am, we want to exhume your son's body. What? Like, I didn't already go through a lot of problems already. Now you want to exhume my son? I don't believe in medicine. I don't believe in medicine. What's wrong with y'all? He wasn't sick. There's nothing wrong with him. They're like, ma'am, we're trying to figure out if he was possibly sick. So they kept talking to her, and then eventually they gave the okay for them to exhume the body. So when they exhumed the body, they went ahead and they did an autopsy on the kid. Turned out the kid had a brain tumor. So now, what they were thinking that all the victims had in common was that they were sick. This kid was sick also, but undiagnosed, because the family did not want to find out about it. So that's what it was. He had a brain tumor. So now they know, okay, all the victims were all dying. So now the psychic, he's like, well, I don't know. It seemed like maybe this person is unaliving all these people because he wants to do mercy, because these people were sick. So maybe that's what he's thinking. It's all mercy. He's doing mercy unalive. That's what it was. Mercy unalive. So then they left and they went about their business, and then all of a sudden he's inside the police station. They get a call that they found another crime scene. So they go to the crime scene and there's no victim there, but there's a lot of blood there. So they found half of the person's clothes there and the other half they couldn't find it. So decided that they're going to get a dog to go and sift things out. But the psychic, he touched his stuff and he's seen visions of frogs, flowers, water. He's seeing an FBI agent being hurt, another one being probably shot in the head. All these visions are coming to him. And then he sees some random black guy. I was like, that's just kind of far-fetched, but yeah, he saw some random black guy, which I didn't know why that was in his vision. I'm like, well, I'm hoping they're not gonna just go shoot somebody just because they're black. So, needless to say, the dog is sniffing out. So they're following the dog, so they finally follow the dog to this apartment building. They go in there, there's a refrigerator, the dog goes over to the refrigerator, but there's nobody. So while they're there, this just meth-looking dude just came up, looked like he just finished smoking something. And what are y'all doing here? What are you doing here? They're like, sir, do you live here? He's like, yeah, I live here. What's going on? He said, do you know who lives next door? He's like, no. So he just looks real suspicious and he looks nervous. So all of a sudden he just pulls that gun out of nowhere and he shoots and it hits Joe. It hits Joe. So they're like, oh my God, what's going on? Chase him. So they're running after him. They're chasing him. They go outside and then all of a sudden somebody shoots him, but they don't know who shot him. And then they see a yellow cab as a getaway car. So they're chasing down the yellow cab. So finally they all get into an accident. The psychic John, he sees himself being killed, but because he already seen it in advance, him and the chick already planned what they were going to do. So when the guy actually did come to the cab, out of the cab to come to them, they shot him and killed him. So when they go to the hospital to go see Joe, the other FBI agent that was shot, he finally owns up to it and tells them, listen, I got stage 4 cancer and I'm dying. So he's in the bed crying. I thought I was going to be here longer. For my kid. I didn't want to tell nobody, but yeah, I'm dying. It's stage 4. And I'm not gonna be here that long no more. I'm sad. Please, John, take care of my kid. Tell him how much I love him and fix your life. So they leave. Cut the screen. We're at a funeral all of a sudden. So he dies. So they're at his funeral. So while he's at the funeral, he touches the guy's son and then he sees a good and bright future for him. So he's like, okay, his son is all right. So he leaves and he goes to a restaurant to go get something to eat. So while he's sitting there, guess who popped up? That got some gigantic cojones. It's Colin Farrell's character, who is the killer. So he comes in and he's telling him, listen, you just like me, but I'm better than you. I'm God. Literally like he's saying, I'm God. I'm putting these people out of their misery before they even know. I don't want them to see any suffering because I know they were going to suffer. So I'm just doing them a favor. I'm saving mankind by ending it before these people all suffer. So it turns out that he's been doing this for a long time. He's got like 60-something victims. This man is on a roll. Literally, he's just getting rid of people, ending their lives before they even know that they're sick. Before they even know they're sick, he's ending it. So he tells them, listen, if you let these cops get their attention, I'm going to kill everybody in here because I already seen it. I saw every scenario and I know what you're going to do before you even do it. So needless to say, the old dude, John, he just takes an ashtray and bangs it on his head. You ain't see that? You ain't see that one coming, did you? Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. So the killer's like, hey, he got a gun. So of course all the cops come over and they tackle the old dude on the floor. He's like, no, it's not me. You let the killer go. So the killer left. So because of all that, the FBI agents finally found out who this killer is. So they go to his house to go arrest him, but he's not there. But this guy, because he's a psychic, he sees everything before it happens. He left them a big ass message on a wall that's like, the whole wall is a screen. I mean, this guy's got money for him to do that. So he had like a whole LED wall, and then he's got his big ass face on it telling them, yeah, I did what I did. Yeah, I know y'all looking for me, but you're not going to be able to find me because I'm that good. I'm that sweet. I'm that nice. I got y'all. Y'all can't catch me because I'm the man. Y'all can't catch me. King Kong got nothing on me. All right? I got this. So while he's there, the killer is out on the road. And he sees some random cop and he tells him, listen, I'll make you famous. I'm going to get your promotion. Tell him that you just met me. So he calls him on the radio and he tells him, listen, he's at the train station. This killer's at a train station. So while he's at a train station, the cops, the FBI, they're still in the house. And then he's on the monitor and he's telling the female FBI agent, they don't want you to go, but I didn't know you going to go. So sure enough, which I didn't understand. He's telling you not to come, but what you do? Oh, I'm going to go to the train station anyway. I'm like, I would have kept my ass out of there because he's already telling me. So he knows something's going to happen to me. Where am I going to go? I just don't get that shit. Where you going to go? So needless to say, it's a standoff. The psychic and the psychic, the crazy dude and the old dude. So the old dude's like, I'm here. I'm gonna end this today. I'm gonna end this today. The killer's like, yeah, you're gonna take over where I left off. I need you. Unalive me. Because I'm sick. I'm sick. And I don't want to suffer. So I want you to end me because we're the same. I need you to have mercy on me and end me. Because if you don't, I'm going to kill that chick. I'm going to kill Catherine. He said, well, Catherine ain't here. Catherine ain't here. Well, she's coming. And I'm going to force your hands because you're going to have to save her. So remind you, he's having these visions of Catherine all bloodied. So that means she got shot in her head. So the old guy already knew that she probably was going to die because he's been having the visions. So sure enough, who the heck comes in a train with her damn gun? Drop your weapon! Drop your weapon! Drop your weapon! Split second. The snipers are outside. They're looking in. So they're like, shoot! So the snipers, they shot. The old dude, he shot. The cop tried to shoot. The killer tried to shoot. Needless to say, the first thing that happened is she got hit in the head. Boom, she was dead. But it didn't really happen. Because the old guy, that's what he saw. So he knew how to stop it. So he did the opposite. So everybody's shooting. So when she shoots, he pushes her. So by him pushing her, she just got grazed. And then he got grazed. And then the killer got shot in the heart. And he died. So he stopped that female FBI agent from dying. But the killer was ended. So then after that, they go to the hospital. They all get patched up. You know, she told him, listen, I had a great time working with you. Why don't you come back and work for the FBI? And John's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want no part of that. I think I'm just going to reconcile with my wife. Because I need my family back. My daughter's gone, but my wife is here and I still love her. I'm going to try to be with her. So he goes and he meets his wife at a park, his estranged wife. And she's like, I love you. I miss you. You look different. He's like, yeah, I'm in a different place now. So then it cuts to a different screen of this young lady in a hospital in agony, just crying. Oh my God, I'm hurting. Dad, I can't take this. I can't take this anymore. I can't take this. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. So John actually did a mercy on his daughter. So when the psycho killer was telling him, you just like me, he was, in a sense, because he stopped his daughter from suffering. The same thing that killer was doing, but that killer just did it on a larger scale than the old man did. So that's pretty much how the movie ended. So they were the same in a sense, because he did perform a mercy on his daughter that was suffering, and he knew what it was to see someone suffer. But the killer was on a whole nother level. My review of the movie from a scale of 1 to 10, it was kind of slow in the beginning, but it picked up towards the end. I'm going to say probably about a 5 or a 6. I mean, it's worth watching. It's not as exciting as a lot of other movies that I've watched, but it was okay. So it was Solace from 2015. It was alright. I saw it on Amazon Plus. I would recommend it if you're looking for something that is a thriller that has probably some got you here and there scenes. Yeah, it was, I said, it wasn't like exciting, but it was okay. So I would recommend it if you're looking for something that's a little slow paced. But it was alright. So until next time, if you like my video, you know what to do. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Until next time, Pat says bye.